you very much, Joe. As we take a look at National Law, the maiden facing up, and here's the current favorite. Going to go into the gate on the inside. That is Indian Charlie, currently at odds of 9-5. That's just a fraction less than 2-1. The betting certainly has seesawed here. The fans like the look of Artax on the track, because he was 3.5-1 earlier. But when the fans saw him warming up in the post parade, he's been bet down to 2.5-1. So the late money's on Artax, but Indian Charlie is still the favorite. They're loading in the gate now for the Santa Anita Derby. Indian Charlie's gone forward. He's joined by Skeeping and National Law. Classic Cat has taken up his place. Here's Orville and Wilbers coming forward in the green cap. Nice and quiet. Orville and Wilbers, no problem. He goes straight in. Artax in the black cap is in. Real Quiet will complete the lineup for the Derby. Real Quiet going in. All set for a start in the Grade 1. Santa Anita Derby. Field sent on their way. They all came away perfectly. Orville and Wilbers, 2 from the rail, goes up to lead them early with Indian Charlie at the rail showing good speed as well. And Artax nice and relaxed today. Artax in the black cap now running up third. Alongside of him is Skeeping, and then back to Classic Cat down at the rail. National Laws alongside of him, and Real Quiet trails the field early, but no more than 5 lengths from first to last. Past the 7/8 pole they go, and Cory Nakatani has Orville and Wilbers winging out here. Orville and Wilbers going fast. He's opened up by 3. Indian Charlie quite content to track him second, and Chris McCarron and Artax of third. They now 5 lengths off that leader. Skeeping has to get a tap on the shoulder to keep up at the fast pace. Skeeping in 4th. Here's Real Quiet and Kent Desormo in the red colours. They racing in 5th, 6 lengths off the leaders. Then Classic Cat and National Law is last, 10 off them. A half-mile to run in the Santa Anita Derby, and Orville and Wilbers continues to lead them by a length. Indian Charlie right there in second, and Indian Charlie now breathing down Orville and Wilbers' neck as they go into the turn. And Artax has a good spot third if he's good enough from there. Chris McCarron starting to ask Artax to respond now. Real Quiet is hard-ridden but not doing enough. A 1/4 mile to go, and Indian Charlie hits the front, and he looks strong. Indian Charlie opening up now to lead by 2. Artax, Real Quiet trying to get involved late. Orville and Wilbers can find no more. It's Indian Charlie in full flight for the wire. Real Quiet chasing him home. It's a 1-2 finish for Rob Baffert, but it's Indian Charlie and Gary Stevens. 2 good in the Santa Anita Derby. Indian Charlie, Real Quiet second, Artax third, then Orville and Wilbers, National Law and Classic Cat, and the last one home was Skeeping.
What an afternoon for Bob Baffert. His horses finished 1-2 in the 61st running of the Santa Anita Derby. Thumbs up for Bob Baffert, and why not? Indian Charlie, the unofficial winner at 147, tying a stakes record. We didn't know if that would happen here this afternoon with the condition of the track, with rain pounding down here at Santa Anita Park. The 147 tying the stakes record set by Lucky Debonair in 1965. That has been tied by Indian Charlie, and we take you back to the stretch run.
Terrific race here by Indian Charlie. Gary Stevens puts him on the lead as they turn into the stretch. He goes past Orville and Wilbers. Artax is the horse on the outside in the red silks. He just cannot keep up with this horse. I thought Kent Desormo rode a brilliant race on Real Quiet. He saved ground. He comes out here trying to chase the leaders, but Indian Charlie way too tough. He proved much the best today.
Well, it went about like we mapped it out, Jay. You know, Indian Charlie just kept on running. He was too much horse today. Very clean run race.
Indian Charlie, he was the favorite on the internet poll. He ends up the winner of the 61st running of the Santa Anita Derby. Unofficially, we'll come back with the official results. For the official results here in the 61st running of the Santa Anita Derby, the winner, Indian Charlie, paying $560, $340, and $260, and a time of 1:47. Placing Real Quiet, paying $360 and $260, showing Artax paying $260, the exacta $920 to $1.7, and the trifecta $791 paying $218.50. Let's take you now down to Susie Colbert standing by with Kent Desormo. Susie?
And Kent, that was a real battle, but maybe just not enough speed for Real Quiet to catch Indian Charlie in the end.
Well, I think today's track with the rain and all, they've got it really, really tight, so it's going to be speed favoring. It didn't help the chances of the horse that I rode, Real Quiet, but I think the first Saturday in May, the added distance, the equal ground, I'll be a tough customer.
You won this race last year aboard Freehouse, second. Not too bad. Guys, let's send it back to you.
All right, Susie Colbert, thank you very much. We'll start there, and with Real Quiet, a horse that many favor for the Kentucky Derby as you add another eighth of a mile. But I guess we'll start talking about the winner here, Indian Charlie, and take us through this race, guys. How did you, Ron Ellis, like the way this race was run?
Well, Indian Charlie ran a great race. I mean, he's got tactical speed. He can sit right behind the leaders, and then he exploded when they asked him to run. And that's going to be very tough to deal with in the Kentucky Derby. Anytime you can stay out of trouble like that, he might be the one to beat.
Jay Privman, the race was pretty much run the way everybody mapped out, with Orville and Wilbers jumping out. How about the rest of the race?
I thought it was a terrific ride by Gary Stevens getting into the first turn to set himself up and be in great position. Now watch as the horses go into the first turn here. Here is Indian Charlie with Gary Stevens on the inside, and Artax is on the outside in the red silks, but he can't hold Indian Charlie in. And Indian Charlie's going to be able to get off the rail here, and this is a very key strategic point in the race. Gary Stevens gets him off the rail, and now Indian Charlie's got a clear run at Orville and Wilbers as they head around the first turn. As they come to the top of the stretch, here's Indian Charlie on the outside of Orville and Wilbers. Here is Artax just behind him, and Real Quiet is the third horse. He's going to slip down to the rail and try and gain ground. But as you can see, Indian Charlie in just perfect stalking position the whole way around the racetrack. And when it's time for him to make his move and go past Orville and Wilbers, he gives Gary Stevens plenty of run and goes on to win this race.
Joe, I would say basically where I was surprised that Artax didn't put a little more pressure on early. He decided to lay back, and I think that let Indian Charlie out a little earlier than I expected.
We're going to take a break, come back, and talk to the winning team of Indian Charlie when we continue at Santa Anita in a moment. Well, as we get ready to recap the 61st running of the Santa Anita Derby, we are joined by the winning team around Indian Charlie, and we'll start with trainer Bob Baffert. I don't know if you know it, it's only the second time that's happened here at the Santa Anita Derby where a trainer has finished 1-2 with two horses in the Derby. It just keeps on rolling for you. Where does this thing end?
Yeah, it's incredible. We just feel so fortunate, and the way the race shaped up, these horses were training, you know, just phenomenal the way they came up to this race. And when I saw Gary make that little move to the outside in the first turn and Chris wasn't there to keep him in, I thought, we'll see what old Indian Chuck's made of today, and I just knew he had the horse to do it. You
got to have two very good eyes to watch a race of this sort if you're Bob Baffert. What about your reaction? See Indian Charlie go across the finish line, and then you have to react, and there's your reaction as Real Quiet gets across.
Well, Real Quiet, you know, the track was pretty fast today, so I knew it was going to hurt him because he's a horse who's going to like the distance. Mount, of course, is going to help him a lot better, and today we just sort of, you know, got away with a decent pace. It wasn't like a pace like last year with Silver Charm, but we just known, Gary and I, we've known that this horse is a super horse all along, and he just had to prove it today, and he ran like I was hoping he would.
Congratulations, Bob Baffert. You're going back, huh?
We're going back. If things look good next week, we're heading back.
Thanks for your time. We know it's valuable these days. Thanks for stopping by. Gary Stevens, take us through the race. Congratulations, and take us through the race.
Thank you very much. Colt broke very cleanly, and Bob and I discussed some strategy earlier in the week, and we were going to go out and pressure Orville and Wilbur, and I'm sitting in the jocks room 20 minutes before we came out, and I thought, what the heck are you thinking? This is a good horse. Let him run his race. Try and ride him like Silver Charm, and I'll be damned if I don't come out and Bob tells me the exact same thing. He said, just let him run his race. He's a good horse. He'll take care of us. And like I said, broke very cleanly, relaxed off of Orville and Wilbur right here like a good horse is supposed to. I let him clear us and just angled to the outside so I'd have clear running, no pressure anywhere, and was just very, very comfortable throughout the race. I'm just letting him canter along right here at his own pace. He's got his ears up. He's very happy, and it's just a matter of being patient and waiting at this point. I went up and put some pressure on Orville and Wilbur's about the half-mile pole just as we were nearing the far turn. And at that point, I knew I had Orville and Wilbur's, and you know, off of his last race, I just had a lot of confidence in him. And he took me around there, and I was basically just a sit-still ride until the quarter pole when we straightened out down the lane. But He's got a lovely long stride to him, completely professional. To be honest with you, I've never seen a horse that does things as professional as he does. I mean, this is his fourth race of his life, and he's running the race like a horse that's run 20 times. He's just very seasoned. Bob's done a terrific job with him, and just happy to be a part of it.
So when you say it, and when Bob says it, that this horse is ahead of where Silver Charm was a year ago, you mean it?
Well, I think he just showed that. I mean, we couldn't have ridden Silver Charm like this at this point last year, but then again, it's not fair to compare him because Silver Charm's more of a laid-back type horse, doesn't get a lot out of his training, and we had to force him to do things. Where this colt, he's very willing. He'll go out there and work as fast as we want him to or as slow as we want him to, and just very, very mature for his age.
Thank you very much. Congratulations yet again as your wonderful career continues.
Thank you very much, guys.
That is Gary Stevens, and we again take you through the official order of finish. Winning it, Indian Charlie with a time of 1:47. Followed by Real Quiet, Artax Showed, then Orville and Wilbur's. Classic Cat finishes in the money at 5th. National Or at 6th. And Skeeping, the D. Wayne Lucas horse, comes in last at 7th. Final thoughts, guys. Ron Ellis, I'll start with you. How'd you like this race?
Well, I was very impressed with Indian Charlie. Like I said, the way he can lay close and still finish. I think we're going to see the 1-2 finishers go to the Derby.
So if they do go to the Derby, Jay Privman, how do you like Indian Charlie in the Derby?
I like him a lot. I mean, it was amazing for a horse to be able to do this in his 4th career start. Had never run in a stakes race before. This is one very, very special colt. He whipped these horses today.
So you've got that from Bob Baffert. You've got Real Quiet from Bob Baffert. How do you like Real Quiet in the Derby?
Real Quiet ran a good race today. He finished very strongly to be 2nd, but Indian Charlie was clearly the best, and he's only had 4 lifetime starts. Real Quiet's run a lot more often. This is a very, very good horse.
So we tie the stakes record here this afternoon at the 61st running of the Santa Anita Derby. As we get ready to say so long from Southern California, the final order of finish, once again, Indian Charlie, Real Quiet, Artax, Orville and Wilbur's finishing 4th, 5th, Classic Cat, National Or in 6th, and Skeeping in 7th. Again, the prices for Indian Charlie, $560. $340 and $260 with that time of 1:47. Placing Real Quiet, $360 and $260, showing Artax at $260, the exacta at $920 for the 1-7, and the trifecta $791 at $218 and 50 cents. Next week on Fox NHL Saturday, Wayne Gretzky and the Rangers skate into Detroit to battle the Red Wings or other exciting regional action. It all starts at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central, or at 3 Pacific when the Avalanche take on the Kings. Check local listings for the game and time in your area right here on Fox. The day began with 7 3-year-olds calmly waiting for their curtain to rise, smelling the sweet scent of spring in Southern California. Their connections hoping to continue on that long dirt road toward bluegrass country on the first Saturday in May, pondering if the Kentucky Derby is in their future. For Bob Baffert, he is going back. With the rain pounding down here at Santa Anita Park, his horses finish 1-2, won by Gary Stevens and Indian Charlie. And from all of us here at Fox, we wish the best of luck to Bob, his 2 horses, and everyone involved on the first Saturday in May.